This is craziness, man. This is absolute craziness. The NFL coaching carousels continues to be the best show on television. It's been a movie. Robert Salah is officially becoming the head coach of the Tennessee Titans as he has chose to tie his fate to former #1 overall pick Cam Ward. This dude didn't even answer the phone for the Cleveland Browns. They tried to call Robert Saleh and it said, doo-doo-doo. The number you have tried to call. Hey, they couldn't even get this dude on the phone. Wrong number. Who this? Who this? That shows you how a lot of these head coaches have looked at the Cleveland Browns. I mean, listen, man, we got to break this all down, man. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video as well. Let's get right into things, man. So another domino has fell. And the fact of the matter for Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns is a lot of these elite coaches want nothing to do with this organization. Hey, I just got to call it like it is. We got to call it like it is. John Harbaugh wanted nothing to do with this. Mike Tomlin don't want to go to Cleveland. You know, all of the heavy hitters, the guys where you're saying Sean McDermott, is he going to have real interest in coming to Cleveland? I'd hope, but it does not seem like it. It does not seem like any of the head honcho, the top dog NFL coaches that were available on the carousel have any interest in the Cleveland Browns. And I don't think that's an indictment on the Shedeur Sanders. I think that's more of an indictment on what the organization has been as a whole. We got to get into this news here, man. Robert Saleh via Adam Schefter. ESPN sources, Titans are working to finalize a deal to hire 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh as their head coach. Saleh spent Monday in Tennessee with the Titans, and the two sides impressed each other enough to move forward together. So Robert Saleh is off the board, and he is pairing up with Cam Ward. This is hot off the press, man. This is big-time news. And listen, Robert Saleh was one of the top candidates all around. We have been hearing all season long that he's going to get a head coaching job. Robert Saleh is going to get a head coaching job. And, I mean, 2 days after being eliminated from the playoffs, he has his head coaching job, man. We got to go over to CBS and see what they had to say about it.
Finalizing it. The big story on Monday night out of the NFL, the Titans are finalizing a deal to make Robert Saleh their new head coach. Salah was the defensive coordinator in San Francisco this past season. He was 20-36 as head coach of the Jets from 2021 to 2024. He was fired 5 games into his 4th season in New York, looking to get it right in Nashville. Back here with 2-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden and B-Mac.
Yep.
Robert Saleh to the Tennessee Titans. Your initial reaction is what?
Well, I like the fit for both sides. When you look at what didn't go right there for Robert Saleh in New York, there was a lot that was circulating around him that led to a disappointing opportunity there in New York. And heck, they still haven't gotten.
Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie. I thought Zach Wilson was gonna be all right. That was an awful situation in New York. But hey, I don't even know if we can judge Robert Saleh for the Jets situation because everybody looks to be a dog shit coach with the New York Jets. I don't know, man.
Things right within that organization. But then when you look at the Tennessee Titans, they kind of attacked this situation differently, Hakeem, than what they did previously. Remember when they brought in Brian Callahan to be the head coach, he was more of an offensive-minded coach, and of course that didn't work out. So I think they kind of going back to what they did with Mike Vrabel when they hired him, being more of a defensive-oriented coach and trying to set that foundation, get that foundation started on the defensive side, and then, of course, find quality offensive staffers, particularly the OC, to help develop Cam Ward. And when you look at what he's done in terms of just the structure, I think they believe that Robert Saleh can be that piece that they need to create that successful winning-like structure in the organization, something they've been missing for quite some time.
Yeah, that's going to be key, right? Because you got a defensive-mind-headed coach in Robert Saleh trying to develop Cam Ward, right, in year 2. You remember in the preseason, Cam Ward said our offense was mid, and it made headlines, and they could never really get going. Well, it was worse than mid all season. They finished 30th in points per game, less than 17 points per game. When you talk about developing him, what do they need to do with Cam Ward? They really have to go get more pieces because it's not just Cam Ward.
Well, they got to go get an offensive coordinator who's had experience with successful offensive play in the National Football League who also has experience working with the quarterback. Now, when you look at the vacancies that are still available, there are a slew of opportunities, right, that have to be figured out. So if I'm Robert Salah, I got to look to see who is available.
Man, when you hire, that's the thing about hiring a defensive coordinator, a defensive guy as a head coach. You're constantly looking for an offensive guy, because once you get hot offensively, that offensive mind that you have that has built up a rapport with your quarterback, especially a young quarterback like a Cam Ward, they always get first cracks at these fresh head coaching vacancies. So that makes your offensive coordinator door a revolving door, which can be very, very problematic. You look at a situation like Caleb Williams, he doesn't have to worry about that. He's going to be tied and attached to the hip with Ben Johnson for a long time, and he won't have to worry about offensive coordinators every year, every 2-3 years. He won't have to worry about it because Ben Johnson is there. Let's go. Let's see what the Titans. Let's see what the Titans, Tennessee people talking about, man. Let's see what the Tennessee content creators talking about, man. Shout out to Stillman Co. with Jared Stillman.
Just go. And hiring Robert Saleh. So everything else we've done up until this point is meaningless, including what I said earlier today about the fact that I thought that Robert Saleh was just being added to the list so that they could go ahead and hire Matt Nagy, and I guess that was just dead wrong. So, before we get right into the take, which I promise I will get to very quickly, I do want to start off talking about our presenting sponsor. That's Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. I love them. All the little, again, it was honesty. That's why I experienced, trustworthy technicians that come and tell me. A making his bones moment by Easton Freeze. He owned the coverage of this coaching search. Absolutely owned it. And so I always talk about making your bones in the mob. And I was wondering if it was a lot of good riddance or if it was a lot of, oh my God, what are the Jets doing? And it was kind of weird because it was a little bit of both. It was, man, the Jets just, there's something not right there. But a lot of the commentary was about Woody Johnson and Aaron Rodgers. And a lot of it being, did Aaron get Robert Saleh fired? And then Woody said that he would have patience with Salah, and then he didn't have patience with Salah. And Woody had gone to Salah, and he had asked Salah to demote Jeff Ulbrich, and Salah had said no. And later, then when he fired Salah, he made Ulbrich the head coach, and just a lot of crazy off-the-wall shit. Now, one thing that does worry me, included in the stories about Robert Saleh being fired, when Robert Saleh was fired, was the fact that Robert Saleh, that was a Tuesday morning, sucked, and Vrabel did not take him to New England with him, but Bobby Saleh hired him to be the offensive line coach for the New York Jets. And I'm like, I
think Robert Saleh is going to do a fair job in Tennessee. I don't know, man. I don't know for Cam Ward, though. He has to get an offensive coordinator. A lot of this is going to determine on what play caller he's able to get in there to work with Cam Ward. But this is major news, man. Robert Saleh headed to the Tennessee Titans. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Keep the vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.